Thank you so much. I must first say that I think the sharing of wisdom has happened exactly the opposite way. I think I and many others who have been kind of following this day have gained so many insights, opinions, views, suggestions that you have given us that I think we are the ones who have benefited from the most of this day. I think we saw in the spiritual well-being video quite well the different kind of crises that there is in the world today. And of course, for example, the group with the climate change very strongly concentrated on some of those crises. That's kind of one way of looking at the world, seeing things as kind of challenges and crises. Another way of looking at it is to see those things as a journey, that see them that is a journey from something that doesn't function anymore over a border towards something that works better. And I think that if we look at the world, I dare to say that we are kind of sharing the idea that we notice that those things that have functioned well maybe 20 years ago, well, there are many of you who weren't born at that time in this room, but those who were know that certain things that were functioning well 20 years ago don't function that well anymore today. And we know that certain things need to be done differently, whether we're talking about climate change or loss of biodiversity or the kind of fragmented, polarized discussion culture in different countries, the geopolitics, that what we're seeing happening with the wars all over the place, and kind of also the meaning crisis, the deeper issues that we as humans are experiencing. And it is then really the thing that we know that we must do things differently, and we must enter the territory of unknown, because we cannot very clearly see that what that new thing that would work better with those challenges would be. We have kind of sketches of it, that what could it be, but we are not seeing it yet clearly. And in that sense, one can say that we are living an era kind of between eras, kind of two worlds, the old one and the new one. I must say that I have come closest to the new one in listening and seeing and experiencing the presentations and the talks of the students of the new generations. Then when I'm listening to you, I'm kind of hearing that that's it. What you just said and what you have been saying to us today, that's what the new world will be. And kind of, I've been very, very impressed, especially with three things that you have shown us today. The first one is actually the strength of your message that you have given. And that's the kind of the power of the young generations. I think we older generations, we can help you to steer that strength so it can make a better and more peaceful world. And I think we different generations, we must help each other from the old world safely to the new world. Because when we are entering a new world, it's also something scary. It's an area of unknown, unsecurity in a way. But we must also notice that the learning and growing happens in the territory of unknown. If you stay in the area of the known world, you will never develop. So we have to make sure together, the different generations, that we are able to enter that new era. The second thing that has really impressed me very strongly is the interaction that I've been seeing today between, again, different generations and between us all as humans. I think that quite often there is a challenge that we see each other as kind of roles. That person is a student, and that person is a teacher, and that one is the head, and that one is the minister. The challenge with that kind of a view is that then we don't see each other as humans. But that's what we at the end are. And when we start to see each other as humans, that's the moment when important things start to happen. That's the moment where we understand that there is so much similarity in that other person than myself. And that's what I've experienced today. That in this school, and with all the schools come together, I see that connection of human to human. Those kind of quiet whispers that have been kind of said to one another, also sharing of our kind of very deep spiritual well-being, identity questions. The third thing that has impressed me so much is the diversity that you have expressed yourself with during this day. That it's been kind of course, the spoken language, it's been the music, it's been the paintings, it's been the exhibition works, it's been the videos. And I think that's kind of what we're talking about when we're talking about a holistic education, enabling us to express ourselves in a lot of different ways. And I think with that, for all of us here, also representing the schools that are present, this has been a very strong day of a showcase of excellent work done in your schools. And it's really about the thing that we as educators, we often talk about learning, and learning is so important for us. Of course, that's how we adapt to the world. But I think that we must keep in mind the wisdom of Albert Einstein, who already described his time by saying that it is typical to us humans to crystallize the means and to forget the final aims. And that means also that at the end, the learning is also, it's a means to human development. What actually education should be all about. It's not just that we have the knowledge and we learn the skills, but it is that human development that enables us to do things, what we have learned, what we want to do with the knowledge and the skills and the competencies that we have learned. And that is what is so essential. And I must say that my very short stay in India so far, what I've learned that there is something very special in this country in that sense. That kind of deep philosophical kind of starting point, that kind of guru mentality, which is about the holistic human development that I think us others in the world, other nations and systems have so much to learn from you. Thank you so much.